Today I talked with Kevin. He makes custom printed beer glasses. How cool is that? His website is cpbg.co, and he's got a neat little home business. He custom prints beer glasses and other things for all kinds of people, and he used MakerPipe to make it even easier for him to do that. Let's talk to Kevin. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm busy all of a sudden, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, good. Well, that's great. Busy with the business?
Yeah, I got a paragraph written in our local free newspaper about what I do without my knowledge. It came out on Friday.
Without even
And
knowing about it.
without even knowing about it.
How congratulations. That's great.
Yeah, thank you so much. And it is got me a few jobs and kept me busy. And then some glassware that I've been waiting for a long time. It showed up. So I'm trying to get it done for a client that has a show this week. So I'm busy all of a sudden.
Well, that's great. That is a great thing for a small business owner to be.
It really is. At this time of year, it's a little bit slower because most of my stuff was internet based, and it would ship by now. So I would have a slow period.
Yeah.
For the next couple of weeks. So that that article helped, and I'm selling a bunch of work. So that's cool. Like 3 jobs, man. That's a bunch of work for me.
Hey, yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, every little bit counts, and it's just about moving up one level at a time, right?
Well,
Yeah.
it's sort of my coming up. I'm kind of the. I set out to be a stay-at-home dad 12 years ago, and that's what takes priority. And at times, I struggle with that because I have to pass on stuff that I can't do because being the biggest beer glass printer isn't what I set out to do.
Sure.
I've worked in the printing industry since 1982 and worked on all sorts of big equipment and was a production manager and did some different things. So I understand what that's about. I've tried to keep it of what I do, but I've tried to build and do other stuff by building this cylindrical screen press and trying to do different stuff with staying in with my little one-man show.
Right on. That's so cool. And I saw that press, and we'll get into that. You make custom beer glasses, right? I'm on your website right now. I'm scrolling through all the jobs. It looks awesome. Tell people what you do.
These are all custom projects I've done over the years that are usually in quantities of 4 to 100 at the most. I've done a couple 1,000-piece runs, and I'm like the gift guy. I do a lot of stuff for gifts and parties and short run custom 1-2 color work. If I can fit it in underneath my machine, I try to print on it. And the glassware started with a friend of mine asking me if I could put his face on a pint glass. And it kind of grew from there.
No kidding. Is your friend this guy?
No, it's not. It is not. So it just kind of grew from that. And I've got work all over the world. It's just crazy with the internet what a guy can do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The primary piece of equipment I use is called a pad press. And was a manually operated 2-color pad press that my father-in-law had that was gathering dust. He told me I could have it if I could do something with it. So we went and got it and brought it home, and I added a air cylinder to it and controls. And I'm on my 3rd generation of controls on it to get the repeatability. And that's primarily what I print on. And then I'm building this cylinder press to try to wrap all the way around the glass. So I needed the washout booth to wash screens out in my little workshop. And because I don't have a place to do it inside. So that's where, the building the washout booth from your MakerPipe stuff really works, because I could make it just to fit in the little space I have to work. And it's really, it's really worked out well in that respect.
I'm glad that you've had such a good experience with it. And I don't want to gloss over too the machine building that you've done, because I saw this video on your Instagram. And is this the second machine? This isn't a pad press, is it? Right? Tell me about this machine.
A cylindrical screen press that I built from pieces I bought from China. I took their Chinese pieces and added my own stuff to it, and have added 3 air cylinders to it and manual controls instead of it all being when I bought it, it was all manual. And then I've added these air cylinders to it and mechanical controls. And once I get it down on how to do this, I'll add timers and push buttons as I did for my pad press. But part of that is washing out those screens to do it with and figuring out how to do this just from watching videos.
Yeah, I absolutely love that, because Maker Pipe started out garage built. We've made the most out of simple tools, and we've adapted kind of automation and presses along the way to fit our needs. And that's exactly what you've done. You've built these tools to make this really cool direct to consumer business. I love it. So hats off to you.
Thank you. It is you hear about people sitting around talking, doing stuff, and I've done several things in my lifetime that are similar to this, but it's just like, I like doing it, being able to build and stuff. And I mean, I grew up with an erector set, and this stuff is like an erector set for adults with a credit card. They can buy this stuff when you want the pieces and stuff. And it's just cool. It's really cool.
Awesome.
I mean, my daughter's gotten into it, and she's got a mini desk build all cut and set up out of Maker Pipe. And she suggested the paper towel holder on the washout booth for me, and which is just awesome, So she really likes it, and so we've got another build that we're going to do, and I've got another ideas in my head of what I could do with this stuff, because I want to make a snowboard drying rack for our clothes. Can withstand the weight of everything, instead of breaking a clothes dryer.
Oh, neat! I want to see that.
It's cool stuff you've made, without a doubt.
You can pay me no bigger compliment, so I appreciate that. Thanks so much.
You bet. You bet.
Yeah, but you've used, you've been alluding to it, but let's take a look at it. You've used Maker Pipe in your business to make it easier to print these glasses, and you sent over a couple photos that I just absolutely love. There's one picture of the wash plant. Why don't you just talk through what you use it for and how the project came about?
It came about from, I took our clothes hamper from our basement that was basically that configuration and used it for a year or two, and then knew that it would work, and then did another Maker Pipe build before this, and then laid this out to replicate that clothes hamper. That's the one. So I basically rebuilt that. I was first generation, the Maker Pipe, second generation, and added the water tank to it. So I have onboard water so I can wash my screens out in my little tiny workshop during the winter instead of in my garage where it's freezing. So there's a 20-gallon tank and an RV water pump that I'm using to pump out of that tank. And it's essentially just clear water I'm cycling, because I'm just doing the wash out of the screen of the emulsion.
Right.
And it's only about 3 or 4 gallons of water I need to wash out. And then in that workshop there is where I work out of. And it's so small, everything's got to be on wheels, so I can move it out into the garage area, and then I can work in my little space.
Oh, that's neat. And I love the plumbing here. Real easy to do, and mobile with the bucket and the soft hose or something else there.
It's just that collapsible blue hose that drains into that bucket.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm digging it. And then you've got, is this Coroplast, this white material?
It is. Yep.
Smart.
Thanks. I knew what it was going to cost me to buy a washout booth to do this. And it's like, man, none of them are going to do exactly what I need them to do. And this will evolve to really fit what I do.
Oh, yeah.
I'll add more attachments to it so that I can hang my hoses on.
Right.
Because I've got an airline I run to it also.
Yeah.
And that's water line. And then that pump's like a 4 gallons a minute pump that puts out 45 pounds of pressure. Oh. Through that nozzle, it gives me plenty of pressure to wash the screens out with.
Boy, that's too cool, Kevin. Way to go. I I'm really impressed, and I can tell that we have a similar way of thinking about things. And to just see Maker Pipe being used to make this, a reality is awesome.
Thank you. Cool beans. I mean, it, I'm glad I found this stuff a couple of years ago, and it worked out great for that first use of it.
Yeah. How'd you run across this? Do you remember? Both of
Yeah.
your daughters?
Well, it is what it was a guy needed to build some carts, and they showed me what the cart costs, and I started looking into what pipe would cost and what it would cost us to actually cut them and weld them and put them together and the sort of thing. And then we started looking at conduit because we wanted it to be didn't want to rust, and it couldn't be made out of wood. So I ran across your stuff on the internet under conduit connectors, seeing that the only conduit connectors I knew of were ones for electrical, and I knew they were expensive and weren't going to hold correctly for what we needed. They didn't have any structure to them. They were just to hook conduit together and run wires through. And we needed something that would carry the weight. And when it came down to it, it was like a third what it cost us for the conduit, the connectors and the wheels was like a third of what this cart was going to cost made from China. So when you're doing 32 of them, that's huge. So it saved us a bunch of money without a doubt. And then from there, just the stuff sticks in your head. What are you going to build next?
That's what we try to do. Get people to, build one thing, just one project. And if it goes well, which a lot of times it does, then they see other opportunities.
Oh yeah. And when I talk about Maker Pipe, everybody looks at me like, what are you talking about, man? And I show them, and I say, look it up on the internet. Just look it up. It's just amazing. Good for you. Cool stuff. It couldn't have been easy to get this up and going either.
Yeah, we've been at it for some time. We ran a Kickstarter that helped. That was a big turning point in our Maker Pipe career here. But yeah, we've been at it for about 5 years now, just slowly finding people. And I know when I find somebody that already values electrical conduit, right, as a building material, then it's a no-brainer because, you guys are looking for a solution like that. And there's not a lot out there.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, I was thinking about building a canopy to cover our skate ramp. And we ended up just disassembling it instead. But I mean, I was considering what it was going to cost me to build a tent to get the snow off of it versus what I was doing because it had gotten out of hand of its size.
Nice.
And I got to get back to work.
Well, I want to thank you first of all for joining me today and your orders. Thank you so much for the business.
Oh, hey, dude, that's cool to see you face to face and the big smile. It's like, dude, connecting with somebody who's like, we need to make this, man. And it's like, yeah, okay, go.
Right.
I like to say, as you know, there's something else has been placed for us. So as we move forward through the new year, you'll see some more from me, I'm sure.
Well, great. Thank you. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Not at all. I'm good. It is just crazy. I mean, one of the reasons I don't really advertise is because I don't like getting overwhelmed with stuff and not being able to do it because I'm just a one guy doing this.
Right.
But it's crazy. I've got work in Sweden and Norway, Australia, United Kingdom, just all over the place. These little people will find me, and then it's like, wow, we found somebody that can do this, and then that's who I do work for. Crazy.
Well, don't go buy Kevin's custom printed shop glass or beer glasses. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't overwhelm them.
But if you're looking for something, a party or something as the spring, summer, fall rolls around.
Yeah. Just in small doses. Just, get some glasses in small doses.
Yeah.
Check out Kevin's website, cpbg.co. And yeah. Thanks, Kevin. I really appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much.
All right. Keep in touch and let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
Okay.
Or you want to talk machine automation on the cheap, you just give me a call.
Oh, wow. Thanks, dude. You have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.